So guys, Frank Edogo's ex-wife, Sandra Edoho, finally breaks silence with evidence. Like, she has come back to say her own side of the story. She brought out evidence. So if you are faster, you can pause and read. But let's take a minute to see what she put out there. According to her, she said, surviving Frank Edoho, I refuse to be tagged an unfaithful wife, a olosho or an ashawo, as I have been pegged these past few days. It didn't come as the most eligible bachelor. However, I loved him with all my heart and soul, against the wishes of my family, faithful to the core. He always bragged about me to his friends, colleagues, and anyone who cares to listen. Frank, you must come to equity with clean hands. You must acknowledge and take responsibility to how you led us here. I was constantly humiliated, physically abused, and traumatized. Please find pictures, evidence attached. That's the evidence that she dropped. Videos there, but let's keep that one aside. You didn't know I had your password for over 3 months, froliccing with so many women, including the one you jog with at 6 a.m. in the morning in our estate. Craziest work. Every time I ask, you jog together, you would actually quarrel with me and storm out of the house, only to go romance in VGC Park. I kept quiet. You didn't know I had your password to your computer. I had access to your bank statement of your movement from lodges, bar to hotel. To paying hookup guests, going on dates to Dabora Hotel with side chick. Please find attached evidence or photos. Range Rover car loan I was single-handedly paying off. I constantly found cheap lip glosses, earrings, and their hair brushes after your night out. You claim they belong to your manager girlfriend. Your manager, Ola Toyosi, would bring in various guests to our shared office. And anytime I ask, you will claim they are marketers. Marketer for what exactly? I kept quiet. Sold my property that I bought with my hard-earned sweat for peanuts. The kitchen alone in that house cost me almost the money you sold that house because you were desperate to do dirty December. When I realized I was livid and cost you out so bad, I was so mad at you. Please find attached the charts. You breached my privacy by audio recording me. You further dishonor me by releasing those tapes to the public, which is so ironical because I have tape for days on you from talking to your side chick, including your Bola picture that you were being blackmailed for when you were catfished by a girl you thought you were chatting with. I stood up to the blackmailer when they contacted me to pay. I told them to go to her and do their worst. You thanked me for standing with you, remember? Hey, God. Recently, when you said you have found your soulmate in Tea and Tay podcast by Temison, I was so happy for you. At least you go come out eye for my body. When you and Amaka Okeke, Queen of Lion, Diary of a Lion Queen, she's on Instagram, Diary of a Lion Queen, blah, 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 who is a married woman, by the way, by posting yourselves up and down on social media, varying and call for events, celebrating your birthday party by posting each other with endearing name, bestie, and attending public events. I faced my front. I kept quiet, found pictures attached, evidence. When she moved into our home, hanging her cheap clothes in my closet that I built with my sweat and laying on our matrimonial bed, I kept quiet. I feel so sad for even talking about a man I once loved. But I must, as I have young children who would one day be able to understand their mother's side in case they get bullied with online publications. I caught you on Boho with 2 Olosho with Inani, whom you were gallivanting with at the time. The girls didn't know I was your wife and made advance to fight me and my cousin. She bear me weakness. You were soliciting hook-up girls that charges 100k, sometimes 80k, sometimes 50k. Crazy work. A man that I always put on every property I acquired with my own funds with no contribution from him. A man who doesn't care, feed or provide for our kids, even till date. Now what the story long, my people. A man who's never picked his children's call till date. A man who I ensure made peace with his children from his previous failed marriage. You heard a doorbell and wanted to smash my face, saying, I will destroy your face so no man can ever see your beauty again. Now wow. When you threatened to buy me at night, I knew this was my cue to leave and never look back. Even your sister, Edoho, agreed that she would never get married to a man like her brother. I was in shock that I covered up for you all these years. Hey? It's this social mentality that men and marriage is the price that keeps women in shackles of sadness or in the name of remaining in an unhappy marriage or relationship that saps the light out of them. As long as I am happy with who I am and who I am with. That's all that matters. And if the relationship doesn't work out, we still move. Women need to hold themselves in higher esteem, to be honest. I have always lived a very private life. I can't believe that I am here having to explain and expose myself to public sanctity, debates, skills, and AI video. I have never cared about public perception or opinion, and it won't start now. Nobody even knew me as Frank Edogo's wife. That's to show how much I protected my privacy. But anyhow, such is life. We still move. No more. Let's say not be you fair carry matter go courts. Not be the win case so. You understand? If this woman not drop all this evidence now, we not go no say Frank Edoho na abusive man. And for podcast, he don't talk say he not a beat woman. Say na malice they keep. So how come all these bruises? How come all these bruises? Hey? Who will walk up believe for this story? Guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Because Frank Edoho talk for that podcast, say he know they beat woman. He talk up now, but no hear him. He talk up with him and say, he know they beat woman. Say the only thing we feel do it well now to keep Melly. So this all of us what they drag at that time. So how come this woman can't get all these bruises and with all this writes up? Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section.